Kyrie Irving and the Nets is, of course, first of all, does he return to Brooklyn? Now, his options outside of the Nets, especially if the Nets are not willing or don't get engaged in sign and trade talks, are limited. There are not teams with cap space. Teams with space are perhaps not teams he would be interested in, and perhaps I don't think are interested in him. Now, the Lakers are considered the most significant threat right now for Kyrie Irving, but that would essentially entail him taking $30 million less than he can opt into, or he can opt out and get as much as $42 million in the first year of a new deal. But he wants a long-term max deal. That's not available to him right now in Brooklyn. There's a $6 million taxpayer exemption he could sign with the Lakers with. Now, most people would say a player is not going to give up that much money, but Kyrie Irving gave up nearly $17 million last year because of his refusal to get vaccinated. He lost a significant shoe deal with Nike, or is in the process of losing that shoe deal with Nike. So I think that the Nets have gone into this with their eyes open, that it's possible he could walk. He has done things differently in his career, but I think there's a sweet spot for the Nets and for Kyrie Irving to find a deal. And if they don't, how does that impact Kevin Durant's future with the Nets?
We know it's unlikely. Why would he go to a team for $30 million less when he's trying to get the most money possible, right? And also, Woj said it's his biggest threat. I don't know what that means, because the Lakers aren't a threat. They're not that good. And that is not his number one option. His number one option would just be staying with the Nets. You still get more money than you do with the Lakers. And then if you go to a different team, you could get a max. So I don't know what he means by that. But here's the kicker. It's Kyrie freaking Irving, okay? Nothing makes sense. He could have a dispute with the Nets and want the most money possible, and then not get that money, and then just say F you to the league and join the Lakers and LeBron James, because why not? Kyrie doesn't always make sense. Kyrie has his own reasoning for things, and that's just the way it is. Another possibility is that him and KD could have a falling out. KD could be like, dude, you want max money to play 20 games a year, so not only are you not on the court to help me,
help me! Help me!
You want to take all of our cap space, so the Nets can't get me any help. Obviously that might not happen. KD could just be chilling, but the fact that he saw the Warriors win another ring, I wonder if he's thinking about that at all, especially when Kyrie's just not on the court to help him. To sum it up, I disagree with Woj. I don't think the Lakers are the biggest threat to get Kyrie. If it was any other player, I would completely rule them out. But just because it's Kyrie Irving and he's unpredictable and he does weird things sometimes, it's possible. And I think it strongly depends on how much support he has from KD, because KD could be nonchalant and not really care because Kyrie's not on the court, and then Kyrie could leave. But if he does support Kyrie, then Kyrie will probably just stay and take that money. I can't believe how much patience Kevin Durant has with Kyrie though. The vaccine stuff, the randomly taking off games, the injuries that last for 30 games instead of 10, the times he just goes and doesn't tell his coach. I don't know how he does it. But that is all I have for this video. Let me know in the comments where do you think Kyrie will end up, and leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more NBA content just like this. And I will see you in the next upload.